Does anyone else find it strange that nobody in America actually owns their home? I know a lot of people think they own their home. You know, they took out a mortgage, they paid it for 30 years, they paid it off, and now they own it. But they don't, because the government does. Like the actual homeowner of every house in America is the government. Because here's the thing, if you actually own something, once you paid for it, you get to keep it. But that doesn't happen with houses. Think it through logically. In order to purchase a home, a person has to make money from a job, which is money that the government's already taxed. And they need to spend that money on the home, which the government taxes. And then while you're living in that home, you have to pay utility bills, which the government taxes. You have to pay for insurance, which the government taxes. You have to pay for repairs, you have to pay for upkeep, all of which the government taxes. And then once you get to the point that you have completely paid off your home, you still have to pay the government for the privilege of living in the home that you paid off in the form of property taxes. And property taxes just make no fucking sense. It's basically the government saying, yes, we know you paid for it. Yes, we know we didn't do anything to help you pay for it. In fact, we did the exact opposite and took money from you, making it harder to pay for the home. And then everything you needed for the home, we charged you more for. But if you don't continue to pay us property tax even after you pay off your home, we're going to take it from you. That's not ownership. Every single person in America is a renter, even if you think you own your home. You don't. You're just renting it from the government. And if you don't believe me, don't pay your rent. Don't pay that property tax for a little bit and see what your government landlord does.
Okay. Yeah, this is a very important topic. Because as we know, as growing up as Americans, we've been told own your own home. That's the goal, right? After you go to college, debt, aka debt. You get your career and you own your own home, right? So let's think about the market that we live in now, the housing market, where these houses are like $300,000-$400,000. You know what I'm saying? They're twice as much as they were when we were actually, in our parents' lifetime. But think about this. So I would say 9 out of 10 people, let's just say give or take, let's say 8 out of 10 people, probably don't pay cash for their house. I would say 9 out of 10, but 9 out of 10 people don't pay cash for their home. So what do? They go get a loan from the bank, right? So now interest rates are through the roof. Interest rates are through the roof. So now, let's say maybe how many people out of 10 people actually get to pay their home off and it don't get turned back over to the bank because of not making those payments? Think about that. So now we're stuck with the small minority people who actually pay these interest rates off and actually own their home per se. If that's what you believe. Now you don't pay those property taxes a year, which they're going up exponentially. You can't control it. You can vote, or whatever to bring it down, but for example, look in Chicago. A lot of these, I hate to talk about the illegal immigrants are flooding into those cities and driving up the property taxes for those citizens through the roof. So let's say your not only your interest rates are up, but your property taxes are going through the roof. So now you can't afford to pay them. So guess what? Your own home that you claim that you own is now confiscated by the bank from you. So now what? What do you have? You don't own anything. And once again, the illusion of inclusion. We do things a lot of times just because we've been taught to do them, and we look around and everybody else is doing it. Oh, they say my mom did it. Oh, my neighbor's doing it. Oh, this is what I feel to have status. Most people in America don't have money. They have status. People don't do things to actually own things. They do things to keep up with the Joneses. They do things to look better than their neighbor or their peers. This is what I learned, leaving America and coming to Africa. In Africa, they really own their stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? You see somebody with a $1 million home, guess what? They had to pay that $1 million to get that home. Or you see somebody with a $200,000 car, they had to pay $200,000 to get that car. There's no credit system. They had to pay for that. So All our lives we taught these ways to get us in debt. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't pay this house probably. You done probably paid the house off probably 5 years ago, but the interest rates got you. You still in that cycle of debt. So even if you pay off the debt, do you own that home?